experienced the spirit of the glass? You know the spirit of the glass? Have you tried that? You turn off the lights, round table, there's a glass, and all of you will put your finger. Huh? Is that real?
Yeah.
And then the glass moves. There are letters around. Okay, tell us your name. Then the glass moves. The glass moves. The thing is, sometimes we're so afraid of that because we're afraid that the evil might possess us, right? That's our fear. We may not be able to break the chain, because who knows? The devil might
follow you.
Might just put us in chain, keep us in chain, and we become possessed by the devil. So we're afraid of that. But Jesus didn't have that fear. Quiet! Get out of him! And the devil left the person. See? So Jesus is in charge. How do you like that, huh? When it's snowing, stop! And the snow stops. Or rain, and being asked to move away. You want me to sit there or? So, not even the devil can overcome God. No way. Now, there's something here that we should learn. Of course, I didn't hear this yesterday, but the one big lesson from the Gospel in Mark chapter 1 is we need to keep praying to God to free us. To free us from the power which consumes us, that holds us back from loving and freely loving God and trusting Him. There's something in us that keeps us from trusting God completely. This is not theoretical, this is very practical. When danger is lurking around, do we trust God? Or does the fear we feel totally overcomes us, and what happens is we lose sight of God. We lose sight of God. This is the problem of Saint Teresa of Avila. Saint Teresa of Avila was talking about darkness, right? She was talking about darkness. And she just kept her focus. She just kept her focus. Who has seen The Exorcist hymn? See it? If you haven't seen it, I have the movie. And what happened there was... Right? Good morning. Good evening.
I made it?
Yes.
Right here.
This is the opera.
Sorry, man.
So whatever that is that's holding us from trusting God, that's evil. That's evil. Remember 2 weeks ago, my car got stuck. It got stuck. And there's Bible class. Everything was in the trunk. I still had to go. I just trusted God. God, give me the bus. So I went back, took my bus card, and went to the bus stop. I waited 15 minutes. It was cold. The bus came, and I stopped. I stopped there in Washington Ave, and then walked here. sometimes God allows it. Sometimes the devil can try. There's a story. He was going to Mass. This guy was going to Mass. And the church was not that far, so he would just walk to the church. And you know what the devil did? He went into some driver and speeded right and driving over a pothole that's full of mud, and he got splattered with mud. So he had to go back and change. The second time, so he changed. He would like to go to Mass again. Then he's walking again. This time he tripped over some pavements and he fell to the ground. He got himself real super duper dirty. So he went back and changed again. So he prayed to God. God, are you trying to stop me from going to Mass? Are you trying to stop me from going to Mass? He was asking God. And he forgot about the devil. The devil was trying to stop him from going to Mass. Why would God stop you from going to Mass? There's no reason for God to do that. Right? And that's when he realized it was the devil. And so, the third time he was on his way, that's when he said, I put my trust in you. If it's your will that I go to Mass, let him through. And he made it the third time around. And the devil was not happy. Because the devil wanted him not to be able to stay away from going to church. Again, before we leave this, why do we obey? Do we obey because we are afraid of the punishment? Or do we obey because we're hesitant, we don't want to offend God? And we don't want, it's unthinkable to even be separated from God. That's filial fear. That's the gift of the Holy Spirit. And that's the fear that's good. All the other fears are bad. Bad, bad, bad. This is the only fear that's good. Do you work because you're afraid of your wife? Or your husband? The wrong reason, you know what I mean? So, the big lesson here in the gospel yesterday is, whatever it is that's holding us back from trusting God fully, we must pray to be free from that. Whatever it is. And guess what? It's evil. Only evil can prevent us from trusting God completely. What else? What else would stop us from trusting God but that? Monday, today's gospel, Mark chapter 5. This is the story. This is the story in Gennesaret. Remember that there was this possessed by the demon, and he was being body slammed by the devil. Every time he tries to fight the evil spirit that possessed him, the evil spirit would body slam him. Mark chapter 5. And sometimes the Holy Spirit would throw him against a wall, concrete wall. And that really hurt him. That's why he was not just physically, in all sense of the word, he was hurt. He was sick. Remember what is this? The pigs. The swine. Yeah, there's a herd of swine. So, okay, you can send us there. And this swine just ran to their death, got drowned into the sea. That's the story in Mark chapter 5. What is the idea here? A hopeless situation. Sometimes we feel the situation is hopeless. Have you heard stories about people who go to confession and confessing the same sin over and over? Have you heard of some stories like that?
Yes.
Sometimes the priest already knows. Again? The same story over and over. The same sin. That's what this is. The same sensuality, the same laziness, you know, the same impatience, whatever it is, it's the same sin. A hopeless situation. What about this? Jesus has the power. Jesus definitely is the solution. Jesus, there's no escaping from Jesus' power. He has the power. I have a new finding about why did Jesus, whenever he would cure, he would ask the people, don't tell anyone. Have you had any satisfactory explanation to that? Why would Jesus tell people, don't tell anyone? Tell no one. Just go to the priest. And remember the lepers? The Bartimaeus, the blind man, whom Jesus made see. Why would Jesus do such a thing? Don't you want to be known? What was the reason why Jesus would say that? Tell no one. I gave you some explanations to that before, but now we'll go one step deeper. Tell me, Anthony.
He wanted to be known as a healer.
Why would Jesus not want to be known as a healer? Is there a particular reason for it?
He wanted to save souls, not just the body.
Not just the body. Okay. And you see those people who do good? The Facebook founder donated millions to the Seed of Newark. What happened? He was on TV. He was on TV. And people were shaking his hands. He was being interviewed. People wanted to be known if they do something good. But Jesus is not like that. Don't tell anyone. In fact, the guy, remember the blind person at the temple that Jesus made see? What happened to him? He didn't even know who was it who treated him. I don't know, probably some kind of prophet. Remember he was asked, even his parents were called upon by the Pharisees. And the parents said, why don't you talk to him? He's old enough, he's mature. You ask him. Because they were suspecting that he was actually born not blind. He was just playing blind so he could beg some money. So why would Jesus say, don't say anyone? Jesus was performing so many miracles and then not being known. Why? No answer?
So that he will be known as God, not a physician or anyone who can do miracles, just do miracles. But he wants to be known as a son sent by the Father.
Okay, that's a very close one. It's a very good answer. Jesus would perform many miracles, there's no doubt about it, right? He performed many miracles. But he would always say, tell no one about it. Because he didn't want people to focus on the miracles. He wanted the people, prepare the people so they would be ready for the Messiah. Because he was more concerned about spiritual salvation. The salvation of the soul is far more important than bodily health. But how do you get people's attention? Perform miracles. Perform miracles. And that's what Jesus did. Yes, John.
Okay. If you perform a miracle, though, and you say, keep it quiet,
You would say that.
you would not be gaining that notoriety. Unless you, are going on the supposition that down the pike an inspired writer will take pen in hand and write this for people today.
But again, that's exactly like the multiplication of the bread and the fish. He didn't want people to be following him because there's free food. You know what I mean? He didn't want people were flocking into wherever he went because what? Because he could multiply fish and bread. They'll have something to eat. They'll be fed. The problem is it's temporal. It's body. Jesus was more concerned about spiritual. So that's the way Jesus prepared the people for it.
Like he told them before. He would tell them, your faith has cured you. He wouldn't say he cured you. He said, your faith has cured you. When he was curing the sick.
In Mark chapter 8, there's also this situation with this man who had a very weak faith. He didn't get healed at first. Jesus had to do it the second time to make it happen. Because the faith that's an affirmation of what you said. In other words, you've got to believe. If you don't believe, trust me, it's not going to happen.
That's so sure.
Even if you say it 1,000 times, it's not going to happen. You got to have faith. You got to believe. Your faith has healed you, so Jesus says. It's not that, okay, I will it. I'm healing you. Your faith has healed you. So, that's the reason. Even transfiguration. You remember transfiguration? Tell no one. Because the people were not ready. People were not ready. He had to prepare the people first. Before that revelation.